Hello, this tutorial is for Peardeck. I've given another tutorial for Peardeck, and it is a great way to bring up student engagement in your class. One thing I like to do in math was an exit slip. So here's a fun way to incorporate exit slips. I already started a Google slide, so if you see here, I just called it my exit slip, and then I typed in what is one thing you learned today? Can you relate this to something in your own life? How is it similar, different, or helpful? And this down here shows that I made this a Peardeck slide. So to do that, I went to add-ons, and I already downloaded this add-on. I opened Peardeck. And then I went down here and said, I want students to be able to write a response. So now, when I get to this slide, students with their Chromebooks can use this to interact. Here's another great exit slip idea. Pretend your friend was absent from class today. Write what you would say if you had to explain the lesson to your friend. Here's another one. Click how you're feeling. Just a simple, maybe it's a tough subject and maybe kids are overwhelmed. This slide will give you a great idea of how kids are feeling after your lesson. And this is really easy to do. Right here I have an empty slide. So in order to find pre-made slides, you go to our template library right here. And if you look, an exit slip is normally done at the end of class. So here's an end of the lesson, and there are so many options. Here's one right here, and it adds it to your lesson for you in 1 minute. Write the most important thing from today's lesson. Wow, that's a really good, impactful one for students to use at the end of class. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be something short and easy. Let's see what this one is. This one says, how well did you like this lesson? Now, I don't know that I would personally use this one, but it's definitely an option for students. Another one, I like this one a lot. This is a spot for students to reflect, and you can either have this be anonymous or with their name. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was hard and what was easy? Now, what's cool is you can have this presented on your ClearTouch TV, and students can be typing this in and it shows up as they're typing. You can also obviously deny or accept what they're writing on your end as well. So that's a great way to use this as an exit slip. Another one is in language arts. I have something set up already. Go to add-on, Peardeck, open your Peardeck, and say I want to compare and contrast. I can go to templates, and down here they have pre-made example questions for subject areas. So I can look through to see maybe if there's something for comparing and contrasting. This one's labeling. Not really what I'm looking for. How about math? What do they have for math? Oops. Mathematical questions. Lots of good ideas here. Not seeing any that I'm looking for. Critical thinking, making connections, consider different viewpoints. I wonder, so this is a good part if you are having something that you're teaching a new topic. This would be a good slide to add in to have kids answer their questions. This would be a good time to see what kids might still know or need to know. So there are lots of different things that are already made for you that you can just add. So during your lesson, you can go through and do true and false questions, instructions, a spot to take a break. You can have kids draw. This is fun. Multiple choice, true and false. There's stuff you can add at the beginning of the lesson. So Peardeck makes it so student engagement is super easy and worthwhile. So this is something I would definitely recommend to try out in your classroom. There's one down here for social studies as well. This has cause and effect, evaluate, multiple choice, putting things in chronological order. So I know in social studies you might work on a timeline, and this would be a great place to put that. Also, you can edit this information, so make it relevant to what you are using, and then kids can go through and make it in order. So Peardeck's something that I recommend highly using. And then it's super easy to present, but when you present using Peardeck, now you will hit present lesson with the Peardeck app instead. And it'll give a code for your kids. Oops. It'll give a code for your students to pick up so that they can get into your interactive, engaging lesson. Maybe. Yep. So there's your code. It'll tell kids, they'll go to that website right there, and that's how they join into your lesson. So this is something I really recommend trying out.